Hello, Morningside. We're going to go ahead and jump into this week's lesson. It is the week of September 8th, and our lesson is going to be in our Google Classroom and on our Google website, whichever you prefer. It's all kind of linked together. So when you go into our Google Classroom, if you haven't watched how to access the Google Classroom, and how to navigate the website, then make sure you go on that video of how to use our website, and I'll teach you what each one of these are. But for this video, we're just going to go into our lesson. So if you click this right here, this week's lesson, it's going to take you to our classroom right here for our lesson of the week. It's going to have some things on it that you can read, but for right now, we're going to go into our presentation, which is right here. All right, so this week we're going to be talking about me. This is our first lesson together. And so we're going to talk about things all about you. So first I'm going to talk about me. So hey, hello, I'm Mrs. Endress, and I'm so glad you're here. My email address is right there in case you need to get a hold of me about any questions that you have. If you click, this is the same presentation that you'll see on yours. So if you need to go back for something, you can control it. Right now, I'm just going to kind of go over the points of what we're doing this week together. So this week, we're going to learn how to express some subjects in artworks and how we can express that when we draw or paint or whatever medium you choose to use. New this year in Fort Worth, we're going to be doing Studio Habits of the Mind. Now, don't worry about that too much right now because we're going to go into more detail about it in every lesson. Right now, all you need to know is that there are 8 types of activities that artists engage in order to make good art and quality art. These are all of the Studio Habits of Mind, but for this week, we're only going to work on stretch and explore. Now, when I say stretch and explore, I mean that we're going to try new things that we might think are difficult. We're going to explore new ways and new ideas of working on things. So our question is, how can I express an idea through a drawing? Our idea this week is going to be about you. All about me, and we're going to express that through drawing. So what your activity is you're going to draw a picture to show things about yourself. This should be pretty easy because you know all about yourself, and I want to learn about you, and our other classmates want to learn about you too. So here are some examples. Somebody used this sheet right here, and they just put like what they do in their spare time and draw a picture there. At school, what do you want to learn? A picture of your family. There's also this one right here that's kind of the same as this. It just looks a little different. You're more than welcome to use any of these. There are links to sheets like these on this presentation, or you can use any one that you found. Or you can do one of these activities. You can draw a shoe and decorate it with the things that you like, or you can draw a backpack. The outside shape is optional. So if you have something else you want to draw, a flower or a butterfly or just a circle or some kind of shape, it is completely up to you because you are the artist. The main things that I want you to focus on is the inside of it and how it's going to represent you and some of your favorite things. This is mine. I chose to draw a shoe. When I saw the shoe, I was just like, I want to do that one. So I drew this shoe, and I'll explain a little bit about what it means for me. This is a tree because I love being outdoors and I love going camping. We camped a lot this summer, and so now being outside and hiking and camping is something that me and my family really enjoy doing together. The background isn't a rainbow because I am an art teacher, so I love color. And if you ever get to come to my class, you'll see that I have the rainbow colors everywhere because color is so important to me as an artist. This is my name. Right here I have lyrics to one of my favorite songs that I listen to all the time to lift me up. These are names of my family members. So Mike is my husband. Ryan is my oldest son, who's 19 years old. He's about to be 20. Jesse is my 15-year-old who has a birthday next week. That will be 15. Allie is my youngest daughter, and she is 3 years old, about to turn 4, and that's my name. Right here, I drew a heart and I drew love matters because I think that's an important lesson for all of us right now. An important message is just to love each other. So you can include in your project some of your favorite things. It can be your movie, a favorite book, favorite foods, favorite colors, what you like to do outside. You can share with me some of your family members' names. You can draw pictures of them. You can decorate their names. Something you want me to know about you. Is there something you really love about art that you want me to know? Or it doesn't even have to be about art. Is there something that you did this summer that you really enjoyed? I want to know more about you, so it can be anything. Right here, this is important because this is the sheet that we talked about earlier that you can use as a template if you wanted to do more of the little drawings. On the next slide, there is a tutorial. This will be a link in your presentation. It's going to show you how to do Google Drawings. Okay, so Google, you know how they have Google Slides, Google Docs, Google Forms. Google also has a drawing app that you can use, and this video right here will teach you how to use it so you can draw your online. You can use the computer to do your drawing. If you want to do it on paper and pencil or paper and markers or whatever you have laying around, here's some tutorials. These are links to YouTube videos. You can learn how to draw a shoe. You can learn how to draw a shirt. Okay, I want to also tell you that these videos, there's links in our resources tab in our Google Classroom. So you can get links here from the presentation or on our resource page. There's several spots that you can access it. Here's just a really cool quote that I like because it does take courage to be creative, because being creative sometimes means that we make mistakes. We're going to make mistakes. Lots of artists make mistakes, but it's important to know that you can erase those mistakes and you can try things out. Remember, we're stretching and exploring, which means that we're going to try things that are difficult for us. And it does take courage to try new things. This is very important that I want y'all to know when you're finished how to turn it in so you can get credit for your activity. So what I want you to do is take a photo of it. You can take a picture with your phone, with your mom's phone, with a tablet, with a Chromebook, with a computer. There are many different ways that you can take a picture of your artwork. And you're going to submit it on Google Classroom under assignments. If you need help doing that, Fort Worth ISD does have a link that it will tell you, show you a video of how to upload assignments to Google Classroom. There's also a link for that video on my websites. What I want you to do is I want you to go to Flipgrid and make a video describing your project that you did. Okay, I don't want you to go over 45 seconds, so it can be a very quick video just showing me your face and your picture and just telling us, just like I did with you about my shoe. This is my shoe, this is my name, these are my family members' names, and just talk a little bit about your video. If you're not familiar with Flipgrid, I will show you that. In our classroom where we started off, there's a sign up here that says Flipgrid. All you need to do is click on that and it will be a link that will take you to this website right here. Please make sure that you have the right grade level right here. For an example, I'm just going to show you 3rd grade's link. You can click on this one right here that says record a response, or you can click on this movie camera down here that says record a response. So you click that and something will pop up on your screen. Please make sure you allow the camera to take this program to access to your camera, and don't push block or you won't be able to record. It will give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, to start your video so you can be prepared. You can also add some really fun effects to it, but if you use the effects, please make sure that I can see your face and I can see your project so I can make sure you get that credit for doing that. Okay? After you do that, it will automatically save to Flipgrid and I'll be able to see it, and so I'll put some of those in the student gallery for your grades so you can all see it. Here's some things that we're going to discuss in our chat. If you see on that same page, there is a little chalkboard in the corner over on the left-hand side where it says lesson chat. We're going to discuss some things too. We're going to discuss this also in the comments on our Google Classroom. So these are things you need to think about as you're doing your project. What media did you use? Now, when I say media, I mean, what did you use to make your drawing? So did you use marker, crayon? Did you use the computer, which is a media? What did you use? You are welcome to use any media that you want to. Okay, there is no requirement for what you have to use to make your drawing. The only requirement is the subject of your drawing, which is all about me. Thank you. I want you to think about what's another way you can incorporate things you like into a piece of artwork. So if you like butterflies, how can you incorporate that into a kind of artwork that we're going to have later in the future? If you saw my shoe, there are trees, and I really love drawing trees. So if I had a subject, an assignment that said that I needed to draw something about history, maybe I would draw something that happened outside so I can include my tree. So how can you put things into your artwork that you enjoy? Also, how would you evaluate your artwork? Evaluate means to judge. Now we're going to talk way more about that later, but for right now, I want you to think about how would you think that it's good? What things would you look for in an artwork to make sure that it's good and not just scribble? I will give you one little hint. The thing that is very important to me in artwork is that you fill your space. So make sure you don't have a lot of white spots all over your paper. Make sure you fill it up with something, color, drawing, subjects, anything you want. Okay, so think about those things and we'll discuss them more together later in the week. I do want to thank you, parents, for all your help and support during virtual learning. I know this is new for all of us, and I do appreciate your support, especially with specials, music, art, and PE. We do appreciate you holding this important for your child too. We are a resource for you, so please reach out to me if you have any problems or any questions. I am here to help you. You can see a handout here for how to discuss art with your students. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for participating this week. Please make sure that you upload your assignment. Please make sure you do your Flipgrid and post that for me to see. And if you're not able to join me live this week, then make sure you're looking at that presentation on your own and still completing the assignment. I will reach out to you guys this week, and please reach out to me if you have any questions. Have fun drawing. Thanks.